Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday, and welcome to Waverly Summer 98, our bubblegum shoe campaign of teen detectives, nostalgia, and the supernatural. Before we jump in and introduce these lovely players and their lovely characters, we have a few announcements. First off, I want to thank our sponsors. We have huge thanks to Tabletop Loot, our amazing dice sponsor, providers of fine dice for all of your gaming needs. So head on over to tabletoploot.com and use the code WTTPDICE to get 15% off your next purchase. Maddie and his amazing merch shop are the sole provider of Welcome to the Party merch. So head on over to sonerdwear.com, use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase, and rock some WTTP merch. So nerdwear, it's what the nerds wear. Welcome to the Party is also now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the virtual tabletop that runs straight out of your web browser. Everything you need to play with your friends is right at the click of a mouse, from click to roll character sheets, which we will be using tonight, to built-in video and voice chat. You can even upload your own maps and tokens, so get all that and more with a free basic account on roll20.net. Sign up now at roll20.net/start/WTTP. And finally, Welcome to the Party is proudly sponsored by Devin Rue, who has provided huge support to the community since we launched. For some of the best cartographical content on the web, check out rueinc.com. And our Patreon goes to support the channel and the people who are on it. So your generosity allows us to keep working on our mission to platform amazing LGBTQ and BIPOC players and creators. Helps us keep the lights on over here. So check us out at patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg. And as always, you can join us on our amazing Discord, hang out with these wonderful people, more wonderful people, general awesomeness. So hop on into our Discord and join us today. Also, Welcome to the Party is working on a campaign to support the Bail Project. Bail Project's goal is to help combat mass incarceration by paying bail for those who are in jail. Specifically, right now, they are working on assisting with protesters who have been arrested and helping them get out so they can keep having boots on the ground. So there's a little donation link. Ren just pulled that into the chat over there. So if you want to go ahead, if you're able to, go ahead and donate. And also, because we are sponsored by Roll20, they've graciously given us a few things to give away on stream tonight. Any donation amount gets you an entry, and we have Roll20 compatible copies of Tales from the Loop. We have 2 copies of that we'll be giving away, as well as a Kids on Bikes bundle. So the source book for Kids on Bikes, as well as the adventure, the House on Poplar Court. So we'll be giving those 3 things away at the end of the stream. Again, anybody who has donated from yesterday until the end of tonight will be eligible for that. We'll pull names on camera. So if you're able to, please check that out and donate. And with that, I will hand it over to my players for the moment to introduce themselves and their characters. So we will start with Austin.
Hey y'all, my name's Austin, pronouns are he, him, and I play Leon, the local comic and movie geek, also he, him.
Okay. And Basil.
Hey guys, I'm Wasa, they, them pronouns, and I play Basil, the new kid on the block, and they are a they, them as well.
All right. And over to KP.
Hi everybody, I'm KP and I'm playing Arvind. Both him and I are both he, hims. And yeah, I'm excited to get started.
All right. Michelle?
Hi, I'm Michelle. I play Darcy. Both of us are she, her. And Darcy is the gearhead.
All right. And over to Ren.
Ren, who is working on trying to get our commands to work. Ren is me. I use they, them pronouns. I'm playing Corey, the jock, who is he, him.
Excellent. And I am Sarah. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing everybody else. So we took last week off, but where we left the week beforehand, our intrepid investigators had learned of the fact that Waverly has ghosts, for starters, so step one, and had begun an investigation as to how those ghosts had been able to escape the the cemetery. They had encountered a ghost of a small boy named Zachariah in the movie theater who seemed very confused and should not have been able to leave the cemetery. So they're currently investigating how that happened and why. Last session, Darcy had kind of given an info dump about everything she had learned to her grandfather, who then spent the day talking to his friends about all of that. So we will kind of circle back to that as well. And the group also learned of the fact that there's kind of some weird tree situation happening in Waverly. There was a big old oak tree in the middle of the cemetery that had some sort of burn-ish lines through it. It was kind of weird, and they'd also noticed that there were a few other large trees around town they should probably investigate. So oh yes, and the creepy old farmhouse that has been abandoned forever has its lights on. So other than that, it's a very normal summer in the small town of Waverly. And I think we left off last time with kind of everybody heading back to their houses for the evening. And so is there anything anybody wants to do at that point?
Talk to Grandpa.
Valid. All right. So your grandfather, he's just kind of you did you pick him up from his friends?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're hanging out in the truck and he seems super excited to talk to you. Like he's what, 78?
Yes.
But I mean, he's got like the bright, like kind of lights in his eyes that you saw this morning, and just sort of his energy. He is buzzing with excitement to talk to you about everything that he learned today. And so, but he looks at you and says, "First, like, you go first. What did you learn? What did you find out today? We'll put it all together."
Okay. Grandpa. Yeah. Okay. We went to the cemetery and we found these burn marks, basically crossing across the cemetery, and it went to this tree. It's like the other big oak trees,
Oh,
the really
yeah.
old ones that
The
are
old
around
ones.
Yeah, they're old ones. And we found that out. And then we also noticed that there were these 5 gravestones that were brighter than the others. Like they just kind of had like a shimmery quality to them. And of course I wrote down their names and when they died and such. And let's see, we also because there's 5 names. So there's 5 names, there were 5 stones, and then 5 trees. So we're maybe thinking there's a connection there, maybe not. And then we went over to Leon's family store. And so his mom, like, we were asking questions and she was mentioning powerful things. And she gave us these to protect us. Obviously, I know not to exorcise ghosts, but apparently she had to repeat that to Leon. And she also told us to not talk to Faye.
At that, it's not like he loses any of the sparkle in his eyes, but he nods very seriously. I've never had the opportunity to talk to them myself, but everything I've heard says that's good advice from Leon's mom.
Yes. What did you find out anything?
So, and please imagine this being said in the voice of a 78-year-old man and not me, because I can't do it. I tried. 1948, 50 years ago, back from the war, kind of figuring out what we were all gonna do. Remember a stranger came to town for the summer. She was tall, black hair, and don't tell your grandmother, but she was very pretty. And that summer, the farmhouse lights came on too.
Oh,
She was-
what year was this?
1948, so 50 years ago.
50 years ago.
And you know, I asked around. My buddies remember it too. You know, we were all here. Not sure why she was here. Not she left at the end of the summer. You know, came about this time, left a few months later, and ghosts were around then too. Some of them were able to get out of the cemetery. We never figured out how. But the trees, we didn't put that one together. We didn't notice that. So you're one up on us old guys over here for that. But if the farmhouse lights are on and they haven't been on since she left in 48, I would say she might be back. We don't know. Have some people asking their friends, older, you know, trying to talk to each other however we can, find out who that woman is. But she was here. She hung around for the summer, was around town, seemed like a nice lady, but kept to herself. Yeah. And
So,
that's where we're at the moment.
huh. So in 1948, there would have only been 4 stones. Because the years I have, so Zachariah died in 1785 as Zachariah Forrester. And then Annalise Ryder died in 1894. And then Orson Hill died in 1918. Juliana Lightwood died in 1935.
Mhm.
And James Cartwright died in 1963.
He kind of pulls a piece of paper. It's written like on the back of it, like the IGA receipt, out of his pocket, and he looks at that and goes, "We had different names. We had 5 too, but you know, different names in the cemetery. They managed to all get back. We helped them. Some of them found their way back on their own. A couple of them we, you know, did what you did for Zachariah last night. Helped them realize what happened and get back. But there were different ones then.
Do you remember?
He's got the list and hands it to you, and I will find that list myself. But he, you know, anybody who would remember the time before that is all gone now. But I remember trying to talk to, you know, Johnny's older brother who had remembered the time before, and he said that there were different people then too. We don't know if, you know, I don't know that it's specific people that it get sent out, released, whatever you want to call it, but it seems to be 5 every time.
So this has happened at least. So this would be the 3rd occurrence or the 2nd?
Mhm.
The 3rd.
Third.
Okay.
Yeah.
3rd
So it
occurrence.
was 48, 50 years ago, and then again 98, 50 years before that.
Years intervals. 5 different names then.
Mm-hmm. So, in talking to his friends, Grandpa seems to have the assumption that it's not necessarily the same 5 people every time, but that it's always 5 for some reason.
All right. Thank you, Grandpa. I will, of course, keep you in the loop.
Yeah.
And-
Yes, of course. Again, we didn't put the trees together, you know, friends and I, we didn't get that far in it, but we were able to help the ghosts back. Maybe figure out what those trees are all about. They're, you know, a little weird to have that many big trees just hanging out in town.
Okay. Well, thank you. Love you.
Love you too.
And then
You're welcome for dinner if you want.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Twins are driving me nuts. Anyway, I know they're my brothers, and Emma's back, and you know how mom is with Emma. Now dad's got the boys. Mom's got the boys. You know how
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So yeah, dinner.
Yeah. Your
Caramels.
grandfather is a middle child as well, so
Yeah.
he completely understands all of this.
Yes. All right. Cool. That's what Darcy does.
All right. All right. Anybody else got a thing that they want to do for the evening at all?
Corey probably has to go do homework. So
I think oh, everything froze.
Oh no.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
you
Yeah.
were frozen for a
Oh,
moment,
there we-
and then you were popped back.
Okay. Yeah, my internet's not happy with me today for some reason. Hopefully, we'll be getting through all this. But I was thinking, so we're trying not to like talk to too many people about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because Arvind really is itching to go to what's the editor's name at the newspaper?
Give
Oh,
me
the
one
photographer, I mean.
moment. Ben
Ben.
something or other.
Yeah.
What a great name.
Ben Ellingsworth.
Ellingsworth. So I think he wants to like show him the pictures that he took.
Uh-oh.
Oh. See if like his photography eye could maybe catch something, but he's
Yeah.
like, but would that be like showing that he?
It's, I mean, entirely up to you.
I think he's gonna try and like, cause he trusts Ben, so he's gonna go
Yeah.
try and ask him without giving him context. So he's gonna go there and see if like,
Okay.
hey, do you see anything in this at all?
Okay.
Kind of a situation.
Yeah, so you head on over to the Waverly Gazette. It's a small building, looks kind of like every small town newspaper you've ever seen in a movie. Got the blinds on the doors and all of that. You open the door and kind of little bell tinkles as it opens. There's a couple of reporters. The Gazette, I mean, this is a small town. There's not like a huge staff on this at all, but a couple of reporters like typing away at a report that they're working on, some article, on like Slim Team or the, baseball practice, something along those lines. There's an office in the corner that has this big, really ostentatious gold, like editor-in-chief sign on the door. And then there's a really small desk shoved in a corner. And you recognize Ben sitting there. Guy in about his 40s, could probably do with a hot meal at least once a week instead of just microwaved food. You know enough about him. He lives alone. He's real big into photography. Like he'll go out on the weekends and just like get lost in nature with everything. But he's kind of got like a spread of pictures and he's just kind of picking between them right now.
So I'm gonna just walk up to him like, hey,
Oh, hey, Arwind.
in like
How you doing?
he's not in an office, right? He's just he has a desk in the.
He's just like
in the back.
he has a very his is the
Hello?
smallest desk in the room.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the smallest desk in the room, and he is very much shoved into a corner as an afterthought for this. But it's he's the only photographer on staff, and so he's just got like stacks of photos, like several cameras hanging around. But it's an out like bullpen situation.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to him and just gonna be like, hey Ben, how's it going? You
Hey.
busy?
He kind of like points at the photos that he's working on, and they're all like of prep, like 4-H related things and like other prep for the county fair. Very identical photos of like many identical photos of cows that people are showing or of other things. It is very clear that this is not an exciting part of his job, but he needs to pay the bill somehow. So,
Well,
you know,
this looks fascinating.
you and I have different definitions of that word, I think.
Sarcasm is not a forte, I see, but
oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I know.
Okay, got it.
I'm messing
Got
with
it.
you. I'm messing with you.
Mhm.
Oh man, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say this. I'm sure something's gonna come up soon that's gonna, blow all these out of the water. I'm hoping that very soon things are gonna get interesting. But
I'm hoping. You know, I mean, I don't mind.
till then, I guess you gotta grind, right?
Yeah, you gotta grind. I don't mind covering the fair or the 4-H or local anything at the pool. I don't mind covering that, but sometimes you just want something a little more.
I mean, can't really expect much out of a small town like this, I guess. I mean, it's not like we're a big city where things keep happening and
No, that's true.
just I guess just a lot of cows.
I mean, I did the pigs earlier, so I had some variety in my day. Not a whole lot though.
That sounds super exciting.
Yeah.
But do you have a moment maybe
I do.
in all this?
I have. Yes, please. And he like energetically shoves these photos that had been previously like laid out and like
Okay.
chair. And there's like a chair that you can grab from an empty desk if you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah. What's going on?
So I took a couple pictures. Just you know how I'm trying to catalog just life here in this town and kind of just get the vibe of what Waverly is, especially because considering I didn't grow up here. I'm just trying to make as many memories as I can and just kind of figure out what makes this place tick, I guess, right? So I took a couple photos. I was with my gang the other day, and I don't know. I find these to be a little bit strange. I just wanted to see if you could take a look at it, kind of just maybe use your eye. I feel like you might be able to
Let me see.
kind of see something if there is anything at all.
Yeah. He takes the photos from you and he pulls out this, like, he's got these really large, like very thick Coke bottle type glasses, but also pulls out like a giant magnifying glass to start looking through this. Because this double exposure is amazing. I could never get mine timed right like that. Every time I try and roll it back, I miss the mark, and it like end up with the house and then half the house and then the other half is on another photo. That's really good.
Is he looking at the one with the farmhouse right now?
Yeah, he's looking at the one with the farmhouse. Sorry. The double exposure one.
Okay. I mean, so this looks like a double exposure to you, right?
Yeah, or something. Yeah, like you took the picture of the house and then you rewound the film and then you stepped a little bit sideways and then took it again. Again, the timing on it is really good.
I mean, if I were that talented, that'd be wonderful. But I didn't do that. I just took a regular picture. All I did was, point and shoot.
It's kind of dark. You took this at night, right?
So we took it from where the graveyard was. So we were at the graveyard, and then from there you could see out to the farmhouse, right? And so that was the angle. That was my purview or my vantage point. So,
I mean, when normally if you take things and they're in low light, the shutter needs to be open longer, and so your hands shake and it can get a little wobbly. It's just it would that could be it. If
I
you
mean,
didn't
if
do the
that was
double
the case,
exposure.
but if that was the case, you would see motion blur. You would see move that, and
Yeah,
that wasn't the
yeah,
case.
and
And
I'm not.
take a look at the windows. The house has its lights on.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. You're and he kind of like looks around, and nobody is paying attention to you two.
Hmm.
'Cause, you didn't have any friends in that house anyway. Like putting the lights on, like putting flashlights in the window to set up the photo or anything.
No, just we were just there. I mean, what do you know about the farmhouse, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, I know it's been there forever. I was there when I was born. Still there now. And that nobody lives. Somebody owns it. I'm sure. I don't know who. But nobody's lived in there as long as I can remember. I know some people like to do like it's a big thing. Like high schoolers. No offense, but like it's just you do pranks. Like you go into the creepy farmhouse and you like put the lights on and you stay overnight and dumb stuff like that. Could be that. It could be, the moon was really bright. When did you take this? Just like last night, you said?
The night before.
Night before. Yeah, I mean, moon was really bright. That seems like really weird. Those lights,
I mean,
I don't know what to tell you.
Let me ask you, did you happen to hear a loud bang, like a huge banging sound, almost as if though like an explosion happened at all? Like, or was that just, I don't know, I'm just curious if anything that night seemed strange to you, or just being in this town. I mean, you grew up here, right? You were born
Yeah.
here, or so?
I haven't really left.
I mean, I can see why not. But at the same time, I mean, you can take a picture and you're like, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I've never caught anything like this. I mean, the I want to try to explain it. Moon was really bright. There could have been people in the house, like again, I know that it's super popular. Like the football seniors like to do some dumb stuff with, making people stay overnight in there with lights. But I mean the exposure thing, you're right, there's not motion blur as he gets like super close to it. And you mentioned the window. That's weird because I mean, it could be a piece of furniture. It's not very distinct what it is at all. It just looks like something is in that window.
Yeah. Okay.
And you kind of get the sense from Ben that he is trying very hard to explain all of this away in ways that like he as a photographer could understand from that. And he's not doing a very good job.
I mean, does he sound genuine? Does he sound like he's kind of trying to brush it off as if though it's nothing, even though he kind of like do I sense anything at all that makes him seem like he's being genuine or not?
Roll me BS detector. I mean, you're not detecting BS, but it's kind of like the skill for that.
Dice.
Where is my? No, I don't want to edit. I want to go to my stats. Why is it not showing that? I'm able to. Oh, there it is. Okay, now there we go. Earlier it wasn't showing the different tabs, but you want BS detector. Yep. BS. There it is. Do you want me to use? I don't need to use my pool, right?
You don't have to. No. That's,
okay.
If you wanted to, you can, but it's an option.
I'll just do the straight roll.
Okay.
0, submit. What did I get?
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
This was not a very high
useless
thing at all. No, like it wasn't a very high like difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's just I mean a D6 like 3 is like amazing. So he's he's trying very hard to explain it away, just because that's sort of his nature as a photographer, is like, before you accept that there's stuff on film, you kind of have to work through all of these. You have to do the exercise of what else could it be. And he's not doing a very good job of convincing himself that it's something else.
Ben.
He's trying, maybe more so than he's trying to convince you, that it could be anything other than weird. He doesn't seem to know what it could be. But he's not doing a super job of convincing himself that it's not something weird.
Got it. All right. All right then. Well, I guess that's really what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know. I just had a different vibe about this, but if you're saying that's, could be possibly explained with something normal, I guess that's the case.
I mean, it could be. A lot of things had to go the right way for this. I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it could be other than a double exposure, even if it wasn't intentional. Sometimes that happens, like you forget, like I do it sometimes. I forget to roll the, advance the film, or motion blur, or lights. Like I don't know what it could be other than that. So that I don't know.
Oh, no worries.
Right.
No worries. Just another quick question then, if that's the case. Just on the merit of a photo, what do you think about it? Like, just would you recommend I submit this to some place, or is it good?
It's really cool. It's just on the basis it's cool. It looks good. Again, whether the double exposure is what it is, or if it happened intentionally or not. You got the framing, like you got a little bit of the moon in the corner. The trees look really good against it. It's got some atmosphere to it. It's really good.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. That means a lot. Hopefully one day I'll be joining you, and you both, you and I both can be looking at pictures of cows and pigs.
He kind of he does the scan around, and he goes, one day I hope you're in a different newsroom than this one. Out of town, bigger town.
You got to start somewhere, right, Ben?
Yeah.
So, that'd be cool, but I wouldn't mind if it means I get to hang out with you and, learn from you some more. You've been really helpful to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. And
Well,
I'm trying to get, Mr. Jones to let me take on an intern, but it's an uphill battle with that one. I'm trying though.
You see Arvin, as soon as the word intern gets said, he brightens up, and then you said it's an uphill battle. He's just oh,
I'm fighting the hill. I'm walking up
so
that
goes,
hill for you. You've got some talent. I've seen your photos, so
that means a lot, Ben. Thank you. And hey, either way it goes, I really appreciate it.
You got it.
I will leave you alone because you seem to have a lot of work.
Go do something way more fun than this. Please go hang with your friends, see a movie. And he very regretfully pulls the pictures of the cows back onto his desk and spreads them back out.
All right. Yeah, and then I head back to the motel.
Okay. Great. Anybody else?
I have a question. The burning that we found with the trees and on the floor and on the ground and everything, was it in a pattern, or was it just the straight lines?
It wasn't really it wasn't scorch. So it wasn't fire had gone through there.
Yeah.
But it was more of just something that's really the best description that you guys could come up with it. It was just a little bit drier there, and it wasn't a pattern, but it was more it was following something.
Okay.
The line kind of curved after a bit, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like Leon would ask his parents if they have a book or anything on stuff, but he doesn't know. I don't know, so he doesn't know like what's stuff because
Okay.
like I guess his first thought is like symbols and stuff, but then I guess he would remember there wasn't a symbol.
Mm-mm.
That just would make sense if there was a symbol, but there wasn't a symbol. So
Right. There wasn't any symbol. The lines that you saw, one of them was kind of going like north south from the tree, and the other one was kind of like curving a little bit east west ish.
yeah,
And you tried to follow those as far as you could go, but you ran into roads. And
right.
they kind of disappeared. And you do know that your mom mentioned something earlier today about the only thing she could think of that was powerful enough to kind of pull ghosts out of their sort of box. Continue that joke. Would be some flavor of fae.
Okay, I guess he would probably when he gets home, like over dinner, be like, I didn't exorcise any ghosts. We didn't find any ghosts, but I do need the fae book from the study.
Your dad sighs. It's like, did you not exorcise the ghosts because you didn't want to exorcise the ghosts, or did you not exorcise them because you couldn't find them?
I didn't exorcise the ghosts.
You know, I'll take it.
Thank you.
Just lets that one go. And your mom, she kind of looks at you a little sideways, like, "What are you?" I mean, you can look at the book. That's.
I just want to see the book.
A couple of them on the shelf.
Yeah. Cool.
What are you getting into, Leon? Anything to worry about?
I'm getting into these Capri Suns in the fridge in this book.
If you need any, if you get in deep, you know, you can call
Starts
us.
humming In Too Deep by Sum 41.
And there's a couple of books on the shelf, just
what?
And there's just a couple of books on the shelf on fae. They're tricky. So whatever you're getting into, please be careful.
Yeah, totally cool. Chill. Thanks, Mom. Also, we're out of Capri Suns. This is the last one.
I wonder whose fault that is.
Probably Faye from the sounds of our conversation. Have a good night.
Beautiful. Yeah, there's just a couple of books. Your parents, like, they've got the study that is chock full of all kinds of mysticism, occultism, fae, supernatural, whatever kind of books that are shoved in there. I mean, you're familiar with that. And there's a couple of books that have fae or fairy in the title for you to.
Yeah, I'll grab those. He's gonna start a like sticky notepad of things he can find in his parents' books and things he's seen in TV or read in a comic.
Okay. Perfect.
And slam this last Capri Sun.
Yeah, absolutely. What flavor Capri Sun is it? I gotta know.
Pacific Cooler.
Oh god.
Nice. I love that you had that like ready.
I have a box in my fridge right now. I had one before we got on this show.
Excellent. All right. And then Basil and Corey, is there anything you two are jamming out with tonight?
I had a thought.
Yeah.
Corey's at home, and Corey's gonna make a phone call to Basil.
Oh.
Okay. Alrighty.
I'm just gonna hold my actual phone. Tried to get a prop phone delivered, but didn't work out.
Oh.
Alright. It's ringing.
Hello?
Oh good, it's Basil. Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going
I
on?
didn't know. So, this is Corey.
Yeah. Recognize the voice.
Great, yeah. No, I was trying to call Arwind, but I think he's not home. It was his mom at the desk, and
Oh, yeah.
So, or maybe it wasn't mom. I don't know. It was somebody at the desk.
Gotcha.
Anyway, everyone exchanged numbers, and I had a piece of paper, but I didn't label it, so I
That's all right.
totally
Phone
thought it was
roulette's
you, though,
on-
that I
oh
got.
my God.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was
Sorry.
thinking. I had an idea.
Yep. Go for it.
So, like, we want to figure this stuff out,
Yeah.
because it's weird.
Yep.
Yeah. And that house is weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an idea. It's almost the weekend. I think we should all go to that house. Or just, like, camp out with, like, sleeping bags and, like, maybe a tent or something.
I was thinking that too.
That's great! Same wavelength, yeah.
Same wavelength.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Sweet.
said the ghosts are friends, so by that logic, we should be good.
Yeah, so if the ghosts are friends, then we could just, have a big ghost party.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Alright. Perfect.
Okay, we should tell the others this. Good idea.
Yeah. Some of the rest of the numbers smudged, so, if you could tell them, that'd be real sweet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Basil will give the other numbers
Oh,
as
great.
well for everyone.
Great, yeah. But Arwen's not home.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Won't call him tonight then.
I think I said that already. Right. Yeah, so pack a sleeping bag.
Yep, will do. Got my swag ready.
Swag. Is that...
Yeah, they're like Australian sleeping bags. I'll show you. They're a little bit more intense, but a little bit more comfortable.
Gosh. What other Australian stuff is there that's different?
Well, your candy's different. I don't know what gushers are, man.
Gushers. They're pretty good. I got to have them once when I went over to my aunt's house.
Yeah, I saw some at the
mom's
store
not-
when I went to the grocery store. They're weird, but maybe I'll check them out.
My mom's not real big on keeping a lot of, name brand candy and stuff in the house.
Yeah, my mom's not that big on sugar either.
Well, you know what? If you haven't already, you need to go to a Dairy Queen.
Okay,
They
gotcha.
have these, they're called, something with weather. Something. But they put Nerds candy in them, and it's real good.
Okay. Dairy Queen, gotcha. Like
Yeah.
Basil's like writing this down. Like like Steve Rogers when he's writing down like Star Wars and like Star Trek, that equivalent kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Cool.
You have to go kind of out of town for Dairy Queen, though. But,
Try.
someday.
Someday, maybe we'll like make a trip out of it or something.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Alright, I have homework to do.
Good luck on that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, if you need anything, let me know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Right.
What's
Catch you
Australian
around.
for fool?
Cool.
Well, it sounds cooler when you say it. Alright.
Alright. Well, I'll catch you around.
Yeah. Get you around.
Alright, see you later, mate.
I'm just too sweaty on my head. It's so hard.
That was beautiful.
Corey, you absolute treasure.
The phone delivery came too late, incidentally.
That's
God.
alright.
Oh.
I moment
is-
where I was like, what is cool in Australian?
Am I cool in Australia?
You know, there's often slang. I don't know.
There is.
No,
There is.
that was a perfect Corey question.
That was so beautiful.
That was-
Need air after that Corey scene.
Oh god. I nearly fell out of my chair. Okay. All right. So Corey's got homework after that conversation with Basil. Again, anyone else doing tonight before we kind of wake up tomorrow?
No, Basil's good.
Cool. All right. So night passes uneventfully for all of you. No more loud noises and weird lights in the theater, ghosts. And next day, bright, sunny day. It's a little humid, as is usual in the Midwest in summer. Not unbearable yet, though. And, we'll call it Thursday. Time has no meaning anymore for me, so we'll say it's Thursday. I think we probably skipped today, but that's fine. And yeah, I think you all had some tree and record investigation you wanted to be. We talked about a little bit.
Yeah.
What do y'all want to do?
Basil's on Team Trees.
Okay.
So I know that we had a couple to look at.
I think we probably would have had like, so Darcy, you remember where you could do party calls?
I was just gonna say, did you guys have like a party call and like
Who's
pull
got,
everybody
so
in?
Darcy's got, because you have to have the special phone line. So Darcy's got a party call possibility. I think someone else needs to as well.
Leon has one I established. His parents got him his own line.
Yeah,
so he
Leon's
could
got his own
probably
phone line.
three-way call. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I called it.
Yeah. So I think between the two of us, we can
Yeah,
have a
We
group
got enough.
call. Yeah.
You got enough,
Have enough
you
to
got
do a
enough
group
people
call.
for that. Yeah, sure.
Look,
Oh, man, I remember how complicated that was. You had to hit the
Yes.
buttons right, or you
Right?
would like.
yes.
Oh gosh.
Yes. Yeah. So this is probably something that she can do over at her grandparents' place. So she doesn't have
Yeah.
to fight for the phone.
Yep, absolutely. Like getting Emma off the phone is a
Oh,
nightmare.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so, yeah. Chilling out at grandpa's and grandma's. Yeah. Have the group call going and just be like, I think we should have like the two teams, trees and records. I'm fine doing records. I don't know, Basil. I don't want to assume, since you deal with plants, that you would want to be on team trees, but
I think you should be on Team Trees.
I want Team Trees.
okay. And
Are we all magically on a group call now?
yes,
Yes.
that should be a group call.
I think I'd like to be on the records, the team records.
You don't want to take pictures of the trees?
I mean, as a budding journalist, I kind of want to go and research something more about the town. That's
Okay.
just. I feel
Cool.
like I should explore other things as well. And it's not just about taking the photos, right?
Right. Okay, so
Unless
All
you
right.
want me to, like, do you think I'd be better if I took the photos? Because I'm down for that too. Whatever you guys think is better suited.
I mean, follow your heart.
follow your heart. You want it to be records, then you can join me with records. So
Perfect.
we have Basil and then Aaron, who also would like to be team trees. Corey?
I like trees.
Okay.
So Corey, and then
Oh, no.
Leon.
There we go.
I mean, we got an odd number, so like, do we want more people in the records or more people on trees? Basically, probably more
Well,
people look at records. There's a lot of
records.
records.
Yeah, I want to look up all of them and see if
Yeah.
we can find out who's at the farmhouse, and then my grandfather told me about. Look, grandfather told me that this has happened twice before. It happened-
Twice?
It happened
what?
50 years ago. All right. It happened 50 years ago and during the summer. And there were also five ghosts then, but it's a completely different set of names. And then from what he remembers and what he, when he was like doing what we were doing, he found out that 50 years earlier that something similar happened, but there's no, nobody knows the names from them and everything. But he gave me the names of the ones that he encountered, but all they were able to do is get their ghosts back to the cemetery. That's all they were able to do. He never figured out about the trees, and they never really figured out what was going on. And he told me about there was a woman. So
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking fast again, aren't I? I'm really sorry.
No. I'm just worried because if this is like the X-Files, and we're on the phone, and we're all on the phone at the same time, anyone could be listening, right?
Leanna hangs up the phone.
If he hangs up, he's one of the people that's hosting all of this, right? Doesn't that mean like Apple was a god?
Leon
And then I think
hangs
it's just
up
me.
and like immediately
Hello?
I'm gonna say Corey and Basil both fall off. Or Corey.
I
Yeah.
was just like, what? Arwen,
Hello?
Hello?
Arwen, I think Leon hung up.
They found out.
Oh, God.
As soon as Corey's like, the X-Files, Leanna hangs up the phone.
We'll talk more. We'll talk more.
God, he's paranoid.
He did
This
watch
is the
that movie
best.
4 times.
Oh,
Well, we'll talk more we'll talk more tomorrow.
I think, yeah, and I think we also need to talk about maybe having an intervention.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
All right.
Leon hangs up the phone and he goes downstairs and he's like, Mom, I know I keep doing this. The line's compromised. We're going to need a new one.
She looks at you and just no.
Mom, I got caught up again talking about stuff I shouldn't be on. The line's compromised. I'm letting you know for our safety as a family. Also, were you able to get more Capri Sun this morning?
Priorities.
Yes to the Capri Sun.
Cool.
But no to getting you yet another line. That's 3 this month, Leon. No.
Hey, you tell me to be safe. I didn't exercise any ghosts. I didn't talk to any fae. I think this is my advice to you, really, about how we could be safe in the house.
No.
Just think about it.
Okay.
I'll meet at the town records hall place. But you think about that line. I'm just saying, if someone shows up here smoking, don't let them in the house.
Okay.
See you later.
Good
Mom.
advice. Bye.
My cheeks hurt from laughing too much.
Your
See
mother
the
puts up with
expression
so much.
Oh, I could just see the expression on her face.
Mhm. Just like, yeah. And I'll say that summer school is like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so you don't have anything today, Corey.
I'll just hop on my bike and head to the town record. Like Leon is like, well, I know where I'm supposed to be, and I can't get back on that phone. So,
all right. The place you would look for records would be the county courthouse, is where everything would be.
Yeah.
And we did have one of the targets for donations was met a few days ago that Sarah does a random lore/clue drop for you all. Because we hit $100 goal. So you you would have maybe found this out eventually, but you definitely know that the lights on that farmhouse are on, and like they go on and off. It's not like they flash, but like they go off at some point in the night and they come back on eventually. and that there is a car in the driveway, a silver Honda 94 Accord. Been seen around town by a few people, and also that there's, whoever's driving it is a tall woman with black hair that seems to be new in town. But like the lights are on, it's not like blaring light, but like they come on and off like lights should in a house. Yeah.
We need to find out her name. We need to find out who she is. Because that is the same exact description my grandfather had given me about the woman who was here 50 years ago. But of course, not in a 1994 car, but tall woman, black hair, pretty. From his point of view, pretty.
So we just like when we see her, we'll just be like, "What's your name?"
If we get to see her,
We'll just when we see her car, we'll just camp out at the car. We're teenagers. It's the summer. It's like loitering is like what we do.
okay. Well.
Also, sorry about that. The line got compromised. Hopefully, everyone knows where they're supposed to be.
You hung up.
The line was compromised. There's nothing I can do.
Okay. Let's go. So team records, we need to go to the courthouse and then team trees. So and then we do that. Where do we want to meet up?
Did we establish where we were all going to meet up at first?
We probably have a spot.
It'd be like the courthouse, right? Because there's a tree near the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a tree. There's one of the trees is at the courthouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
we'll just go
go look at some books.
Yeah. And we'll be here. Did you want to meet up back up here, or at least Rosie? I know Rosie's Diner's across the street, so we can meet there.
And Nina's is a couple of blocks walk
Yeah.
from there too. Yep.
If the tree like opens up or something, don't go in it.
Yeah.
I think they know that.
Oh,
Do
no,
we
you
need to
don't.
know anything else?
If the tree, like-
Fae and stuff.
Did I figure anything out from looking at my parents' books haphazardly with no rhyme or reason?
Probably
Probably
that's a
not.
really good question. Where's my?
I also like the fact that Basil and Corey will be looking at trees unsupervised.
Yes, that's beautiful, and I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah, you've got a point in research. You could have pulled something out of that. The largely, well, actually not largely, but literally, all of the lore you found, even as you were skimming through haphazardly, kind of trying to get the last dregs out of that Capri Sun, since it was the last one in the house, and doing the thing where like you suck all the air out of it. And that there's the Fae, they occupy kind of their own. I'm turning orange. I'm so sorry, everybody. My camera's doing a thing.
It's Faye.
It's Fae, yeah. Ghosts and Fae turning strange colors. I'll fix it at break. But that they have, it's not like their own dimension, but like they've got their own world that is separate from ours. And that the two tend not to collide too much. There's like barriers and veils and all that jazz. And that there are doors between the two worlds that sometimes open up and stuff leaks out from our world to theirs and theirs to ours. And that's kind of how all of the Fae lore kind of came to be, is those doors opened, whether intentionally or not, or they got stuck open and kind of worlds smushed.
Yeah, so like if the tree opens up, don't go in it. If the tree talks to you, probably don't talk to it.
All right.
You if you would like to spend your 1 point in research off of that, I can give you another tidbit.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like that's literally what I used my time doing. That's probably
Yeah, sure. You do also find that there are some features, things, items, whatever, that exist in both worlds at the same time. That there are most things are of Fae or of human, not of both, but there are buildings or objects and things that are part of both worlds at the same time.
okay. Yeah, don't talk to it. Don't go in the tree. If some like bird lands next to you and starts talking, don't talk to that bird.
Okay.
I watched this episode of Gargoyles once where they ended up in the Fey world and there was like this castle, but the castle was in both worlds. These trees might be both. Don't like climb the tree. Be careful with the tree. The tree's probably not just a tree.
Gotcha. Don't climb the trees. All right.
Don't climb the tree too high.
That just seems so wrong. Okay. Don't
So,
climb
like,
too
if you're-
high.
If you're like climbing it and you're like, I feel like I should be at the top, and you keep going, you're probably right that you should be at the top. Like, go back down.
Gotcha. All right.
But good luck with your trees, you two.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Yeah. Do we want to meet back here when, by the time the courthouse closes? I don't know if it'll take us all day, but
Yeah, we'll just we could either meet here or at the pizza place on our normal place, and yeah. Do you want to meet at Nina's?
that works for me.
Because we can always play games and have pizza. We can stay there as long as we want. We can loiter there without being suspicious.
Oh yeah, if you see that lady in their car, like get her name.
Okay.
But in a very polite and discreet way.
Yeah, it's a small town and she's not from here. That's like what we do is ask people for their name. And then tell them we hope they have a good day and smile.
I know. Okay. You're the one that thinks the phone line is compromised. And
Well, the phone
actually,
line's absolutely compromised.
and we don't know if she's and she's there, and we don't. I'm just saying we don't want to.
What if she's an agent?
Right, we don't want her to all of a sudden know us, right? We want to be prepared before.
If
we
you see her
confront.
take out a cigarette and start smoking, don't talk to her.
I don't think I have any of those.
Okay, we got a plan. See you at Nina's.
Yep.
You're all so
Break.
wonderful. Quick shout out. We got a donation of $5 from Nick. Thank you for that. And we just got earlier in the show, and we just got $50 from an anonymous donor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So
anonymous
appreciated.
donor.
Both of you. Thank you. Which takes us to 780 total. Our original goal was 250 when we started this last week. So we are officially 300% over goal, which is rad. We're
Nice.
aiming to see if we can get to 1,000 this weekend. So
Let's do
Thank you
it.
all.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yay.
All right. So you all know where you're going, know where you are meeting up. Who do we want? Team trees? We'll kind of flip back and forth, like cut back and forth. So, which team wants to start, and where are you headed? / what are you doing?
Well, we meet at the courthouse, so I guess Team Trees would start with the one at the courthouse,
Yeah.
Okay.
and we would be entering the courthouse. So
Yep. All right. So you guys, we'll start with Team Trees on the outside, heading around to look at the tree. Again, it's a nice day out. It's warm, kind of getting uncomfortably humid because Midwest in summer. But Corey, at least you're used to it. Basil, this is You may have adjusted the time zone, but not quite the weather just yet. And yeah, so the tree, it's a very large oak tree. Kind of like the courthouse has this nice like parkish area, with like a bench and flagpole and stuff. And there's this big old oak tree in there.
Alrighty. Well, team trees. Guess we'll start going over.
Do you know a lot about trees?
I think that people think that I know a lot more than I do, but that's all right. You know, I know a little bit, but you know, I normally just climb trees and hang around trees, but that's fine.
Do you think we're allowed to climb the ghost trees?
I kind of want to.
Me too. Same wavelength.
Same wavelength. I mean, I didn't really want to do the one in the cemetery because I felt that might be a bit weird, but this one I feel like it's okay, at least. We'll work our way to the other trees.
I mean, there's nobody around at the moment. So if you wanted to climb the tree, there is not an adult nearby to yell at you.
I was gonna say, is there like a
And
plaque
Leon
that
is
is like
inside.
keep off the? You know how there's a keep off the grass like plaques and like
There's
the don't
not
climb
an
tree.
official plaque that says "Don't climb the giant tree," but it is sort of like in the yard of the courthouse. There's windows in the building. Like there's probably people who would see you do this. But whether you care about that or not is, or if you just want to climb the tree.
It's alright, I'm new. I don't know any better.
Beautiful.
Let's go climb this tree. Oh, look! We'll look at it and climb the tree.
Okay. So, Basil, your outdoors skill, without spending any points, it's an oak tree, real big oak tree. It looks, I mean, it's a different tree than the one in the cemetery, but it's same species, probably same age. This one does not have anybody's initials carved into it. You know, like so and so heart somebody else that was in the cemetery, not here. Also, no symbols or of any sort on this. But you do see kind of faintly on the ground, like again, similar dry / faint scorch marks in lines. And let me find my map. Where did my map go?
I'm going to go onto the disco.
Yeah. This one, it's not so much a line as it is just like an area around the tree.
Okay.
Supposed to be like writing this down, or gosh, I kind of wish.
Yeah, I don't. Should have probably.
I mean, you're outside the courthouse and he's inside the courthouse, so you can.
You can go get him.
We could go get Owen to take a photo of this. But if you want.
I don't know. He's doing some important stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll just let him know and we'll just double back and do that later or something. But this one at least looks different. It's like around the tree, not like in like an X or anything. It's just like there's the tree and it's just around it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's the line. The ones in the cemetery was like a very distinct line coming from north to south, and then kind of like a wider swath kind of heading east-west. This seems to just be like it's fairly large and kind of like extends to the streets, and then you kind of lose track of it once it hits asphalt.
Okay.
But it's sort of, I mean, it's just kind of a shape, like an amorphous. It's not hard lines or anything. It's just kind of softly.
Okay.
Corey is gonna rifle around in his backpack for a second and find the good old-fashioned Sharpie Can't find any paper, so is going to take notes like any good teenager on his own arm.
Excellent.
Yep, sounds good. All right. So it's just like, it's like
all right,
around the
courthouse
tree.
Courthouse tree, around.
Yeah, it's a very large area. It's not just like the tree is in this area, but it is large. It probably takes up like at least half the space in the courthouse lawn.
And it's like dead grass and stuff, or it's just like
it's we'll call it dead grass. That's easier description than what was in my head.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not full like burn scorch. It's just it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well.
Yep. Are you going to climb it?
You climb it first and tell me if there's any.
Okay. Okay, I will. Yeah, I'll Basil will climb the tree.
Okay. Roll me athletics. See how well you do this.
Oopsies. Did that work?
Yeah, you got a 4.
4.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, pretty easy. You've climbed trees before. You're an outdoor kid. Yeah, it's got real good solid branches for you to climb. You could get pretty far before you run out of, where you're starting to get to some of those branches that's like, maybe I don't try to pull myself up on this.
Mm-hmm. And like, if I look down, do I see if there is a shape?
Yeah, it is not a shape. It looks kind of blob. But like you see the tree is kind of on if you look at the map, like it's on the left side of the courthouse, and the shape kind of extends like widely from the tree, like to the 2 roads on either side of it. Like, and it just kind of like the lines fizzled out there, like it couldn't go any further. It's it's a large, again, it's not a specific shape other than just like an area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like cool or weird around the tree or on the tree trunks or anything like that?
No, but you do look, you're really high up at this point. So you can see kind of like farther. And you know that there was another tree at the movie theater. And across whatever street that is, I should probably have the map up.
Center Street.
Center Street.
Thank you. Between the two, appreciate that. Across Center Street, the area kind of picks up again. So like it got kind of cut by the street. Like it could, like there's no grass to die in the middle of the road. But it kind of extends that way too.
Okay. It extends to the tree at the theater. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything weird up there?
I can see where the other tree is. It's the dead grass stuff's just is over there as well, but nothing weird on the tree.
It's a really nice tree.
I was kind of hoping there'd be like a message or something.
Me too. Same wavelength.
There's a bird's nest above you.
I love birds. Basil does not disturb the birds. Respect for the animals. Is Corey going to climb the tree also, or is this climbing the next tree?
I'll climb the next tree. Yeah. We should go to that one now?
Yeah, let's go to that one now.
All right.
You hear kind of like shouting out from the building, like, hey, get down from there. And you look and there's like this older lady like standing at an open window, just like shouting at you from the courthouse. Like she works there and is just like, shouldn't be up there. It's really high. You can hurt yourself. Get down.
It's okay, Mrs. P. It's just a little project.
Oh, hey, Corey. How are you doing?
Hey!
Hey, have your friend get. Your friend should get down from the tree. She looks over at Basil. You should get down from the tree. It's really high. It's dangerous.
Yeah, we're done.
Gotcha.
Okay.
We're done. We're good. Let's climb down.
Skedaddle.
Skedaddle. Just be like, yep. Next tree.
All right.
Meanwhile, with the other nerds.
Yeah. The other group, Team Records. You all walk into the courthouse. It's a little stuffy in here. Like the courthouse does not have central air. So there's like fans kind of creaking as just to sort of like move air around so it doesn't get super stuffy. And the office you would be looking for is the county recorder, who's in the basement. Which is easy enough to find.
Basement.
To the basement.
You get some weird looks. It's public property. You're allowed to be there, but you are high school kids in summer heading to the records department of the courthouse. You get some very strange looks from people who see you.
Extra credit.
Nobody says anything, but okay. Extra credit, like that, it flies.
I raise my camera up, just be like, and just walk forward. Just journalistic business. Simple journalism.
I mean, hopefully the basement's cooler than SC3, right? There's three of us, including me. I
And
said you
Darcy
three.
probably waves at a couple of them, going, "Oh, hi, Miss.
Oh, hi. Say hi to your grandfather for me.
We'll do.
Yeah.
We'll do, Sylvia."
So, Darcy, are the records like organized down here, or is this going to be just a mess?
Well, it's a bunch of paper.
So, yeah. So the basement is cooler. It's also a little like dank and damp-ish. Like this is not an excellent office for anybody to be spending extended amounts of time in. And there's just records. Like there is an organizational system. So it's not just like papers flung everywhere that you're gonna have to sift through, but I mean you're gonna have to dig through like census record books and other stuff that's, you know, on shelves and kind of filed.
Everyone take a stack, I guess, right? We'll just like, is it listed like names, property, or is it just kind of like town records?
It's the woman working the office. There's like a little name plate like up there. Her name is Janice. Can I help you find anything?
Maybe.
Yes, we are. We are doing a project about the town's history, and we are just looking at how Waverly has changed from the beginning. Of course, with like property and what property was like, and how it changed hands, and of course, and then there's just a few individuals that we would like to look up, you know, birth and death sort of records
Okay.
and such.
Okay. Yeah, we can help with that.
Also, that barn.
Yes, that's part of it.
Okay.
S-
Well, property records are on that wall, and it's this large wall full of like very thick, you know, record books that are clearly labeled with whatever year it is. And then birth and death records are over on that wall. Again, very large books labeled with years.
That sounds exciting.
I'll take the barn property stuff.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, I looked at yeah. Yeah,
I
if you
guess
need
I'll
help
take
with
the other one. Or do you want to work on that one,
we
Darcy?
have two. No, let's. Oh, so I didn't know if you wanted me to do the property because I've been here, but Leon, if you think you can handle all the property stuff, that's great. And then we have two sets of 5 names. You know, the one from the group that my grandfather gave and the one that we have discovered. So if Leon, if you want to just like go through the property and all that type of stuff, and then also if we can learn where they lived, because that's a possibility, we can also give that information to Leon and to look at more property and just to see, because one of the things I noticed is that Zachariah was found at the movie theater, which used to be a residential area, which has a tree. So I'm trying to see if there's a pattern, even though the names were different, people move, but you know, there could have been a family that lived after Zachariah there that maybe might match with some of the names and such. So even though they've been different, maybe there's a connection between, because grandfather said they didn't figure out the tree thing. So perhaps that. So I think, yeah, I take a set of the 5 names. Arwen, you take a set of the 5 names. Leon, you're on property.
Got it.
Cool.
Wait, Darcy. Wait.
Yes. Yes.
So your grandpa was saying they put the ghosts back. Are all of our names gonna be ghosts we need to find?
Most likely.
Okay.
If they're not already out. We only heard one boom. The thing about it is though, they seem to have found them after all of them had been pulled out. So
Right.
I don't know if we've, because it's early in the summer, and it seems as though they didn't really realize what was going on until a few weeks into it. So we might have just caught the first one. So we need to either be realizing that maybe all 5 are out and we need to find the other 4, or we've just been able to, you know, it's happening in a series and we just were able to find the first one and get the first one back, and there's still 4 that's going to be released. So we do need, Leon, that's great. We do need to realize that both of these are a possibility.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit these record books on land and see what I can find out. I mean, eventually at some point I'll hit the start of the town, and if that barn's still there, then
Well, the barn's been here since the beginning. That's what I found with the maps.
Right. Someone's name's got to be on it. So I'll start going through property records.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I need the list of names.
All right. So I can just kind of give you guys the debrief of
Okay.
what all this is, so we don't have to like role play you flipping through books unless you want to.
I have a stack of papers right here.
All right.
Oh no.
Okay. So the ghost names that you have from the site that you had, Annalise Ryder died of natural causes when she was 71. She was a teacher at the high school, or the school at that point, because in the late 1800s there was one school and it was at the high school. The junior school came later.
School teacher. What was her year again?
She was 1894.
Yeah.
Sorry, my stream just cut in and out for a second.
That's okay.
What was her year?
Ryder, she was 1894. She was 71.
Gotcha.
Orson Hill, who died in 1918 of some flavor of illness. He was 33, and he was the town librarian at the time. Juliana Lightwood, she was 1935. She died when she was 16. She was murdered. There's police records that you can probably find to have some info on that. That's really all that's there on her.
Oh.
Does it have where she was murdered or where she lived? Did we find that out? She lived on, where's my map again? She lived on Maple. There is some indication. There's like a little handwritten note. I mean, it's all handwriting since the 1930s. But an additional note in there saying, like, you know, they found who it was, prosecuted, jail, all that. So it's not an unsolved murder, but that's how she died. And then James Cartwright, who was 1963. He died when he was 21. He drowned in the public pool.
Oof.
Oof.
And the list of names from your grandfather, similar spread of ages, locations where they died or had like their life that they lived. Again, just kind of similar variety in ages and causes of death in there.
Wait, so what street is the courthouse?
The courthouse is Maple and Center, I believe.
So courthouse.
Maple and Maine. Yeah.
Would be Lightwood. So Zachariah lived in. So we find out that Zachariah lived in that residential place.
Yeah, he did. He lived in that residential that's I think in the stream I said he lived on Waterfall. That was wrong. So he did, yeah, I read the wrong note on that. He lived on that what the theater used to be.
So you do, okay, you realize with our group, movie theater with Zachariah, Ryder is the high school, Cartwright is the pool, Hill is the library, and then Lightwood is the courthouse. Is there a similar connection with the 5 names that I find?
Yep. Similar
so, same
location,
pattern.
Similar, yeah, again, different reasons. Like, you know, like I mean the thing where Zachariah lives, like they lived in that house too, you know, or like they were a student, or you know, so it's but you very easily make that same connection.
Okay, so the ghosts who are pulled have a connection to the location of each tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1.
Yep.
Ghost to tree.
And then there's just the one in the cemetery, which, you know, everybody's buried there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And as for property records, Leon, you're able to kind of find all the info about all those people. And you get back to the beginning of the town. And it looks like the town actually owns that property.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this, guys.
What happened?
The town owns the barn.
It doesn't belong to a specific person. Like the property records, the town is the official, town of Waverly is the official owner of that property.
Like, so the town owns the barn, and the barn's always been here, but no one seems to care about the barn, and no one can remember the barn ever not being here.
Are there are there rental records? Like, does the town rent it to people?
It's just always been here. I don't like this, guys.
See, this is why I just don't want to go up to the woman.
I don't like this.
So we found out it's a 1-to-1 ratio, ghost to tree. That farmhouse there's something we need to, yes, always been here, always owned by the town.
I mean, back when this town started, that's not uncommon for maybe they all built it together, you know, some kind of storage facility for food and whatnot. But the fact that it's like it's not nice, but it's not like it isn't like someone left it there and like nature overtook it, right?
Right. It's been taken care of. Like the lawn's always, like you always see it, like the lawn is mowed. You know, like the grass doesn't go crazy. Like there's some sort of upkeep happening on this house to keep it from falling into complete disrepair.
Right.
You've just nobody's just ever. I mean, your Darcy's grandfather saw the lights on. 50 years ago, but the lights just like nobody lives there, but somebody is doing upkeep, and you can make the safe assumption that it's the town because they're the ones who own it, like keeping that together.
Okay. I mean, we're in like the county clerk essentially, right? Like the courthouse seems to be kind of an all-in-one.
Clerk, yep. Yeah, all the stuff's there. Yeah.
I want to go up to Janice.
Okay.
And I'm just going to be like, Janice, first off, thank you so much for, allowing to do this. We are learning so much.
You're welcome. We don't really see a lot of kids doing the research on the town, so you're welcome in here.
Yeah. One of the things found out is the farmhouse. Where I live. It's out, further down the road.
Yeah, past you a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always been here.
Yeah, it has.
And I'm just curious. It's being taken care of. I mean, it's not like overrun with weeds and ivy growing all over, and it's not falling down and such.
Right.
And I was just wondering who takes care of it. I mean, is it a historical site for the town or something?
I mean, it's not a historical site. It's just been there. I think it's just like the Parks and Rec people just take care of it. Like they mow all the other, public spaces and stuff. I don't know. They're it's a good question. I've never really thought about that.
So is it private town property, or is it, because I mean, if my grandmother has been going on about property taxes. So
we've heard a lot about that lately.
Yeah. So I'm just, and she keeps breaking down in math and everything. I'm just curious about, I mean, is this like a private enterprise, or is this like a publicly funded thing? Is there any way we can find out?
Hang on. And she kind of goes back and like she like looks at Leon like, can I have the book? That one. Leon. I just want to look at something. That's all.
Sure. And I'll like slide it like
so she takes the book, kind of flips through. She's the county. Janice is, if you didn't know better, you would think the building had been created around Janice. She's very old. She has been here forever. Not in like a creepy way, but like she's just she just doesn't seem like somebody who's ever gonna die. Like she's just doing this for her life. One of those types of people. And so she flips through. She knows what she's looking for, and she goes, so it's private town property. I don't know why we own it. And no one, we should probably just sell that off, but I don't make that decision. It's private town property, and she hands the book back to Leon and like goes to a section that has more city records than county, and flips through some of that as well. And the town is taking care of it. It's part of their like the Parks and Rec-ish town spaces budget. Uh-oh.
There we go. I'm back. Sorry.
You back? Okay.
Yeah.
So can we see like I mean, if it's private, then it would be trespassing, would it? I mean,
yeah,
it would be trespassing.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have the property lines? So, I mean, I'm close by. I don't want to accidentally, trespass onto town property.
Yeah, absolutely. Bren's face at the moment is just beautiful.
Yes. Leon, stop breathing.
This is.
I'm just screaming into the chat, Darcy, don't let the adults know that
I know, I saw that.
Darcy was like, I need the property line, and Leon's like,
I live close by there.
Yeah, she is. She's able to pull the actual, like, you know, the surveyor records so that you see exactly where the property lines are around that.
Oh, so that's why Grandpa couldn't buy that chunk.
Yeah, if he was looking to buy that, that's why he couldn't. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. I'll let him know. I'll let him know about that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anything else that can I help you kids with today?
Leon, Arwen, are you?
I think we got it. Sorry, I haven't seen much help, but I think you guys figured it out pretty quickly, or I think we got the information we wanted.
Yeah, we have good. Look, I know some of it was for the report, but some of it, my grandparents, my grandma especially, has been complaining about certain things about property taxes and lines and everything. And
the county treasurer can help with that. It's a mess. We've had a lot of people complaining about it.
I know. So
raising taxes this year, it's a mess.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, guys. I kind of slipped in a few of, like, you know, because I live near there, and you know, Grandma and Grandpa wondered why they couldn't buy certain thing and such. So, you know how much I love my grandpa. Anything I can do for him, you know. I mean, Janice, you know him.
Yeah, Martin's a good guy.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
So I'll tell him you said hello.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Hope he and grandmother are doing well.
Oh, they are.
Have a lovely day, Janice.
You too.
Don't know anything about that barn. And Leon leaves.
And with that, we are going to go to break and pick up after this with Team Trees, Team Records, slamming into Team Trees. I don't know. We got a couple of donations for snacks. So as promised, I'm going to roll on a 90s themed snack table before we go.
Snacks.
And then y'all can fight over who gets what during the break. Because yes, I did spend my Friday night putting a table together of 90s themed snacks because that's how I roll.
I'm so hungry right now.
Okay, so snack number 1 is 3D Doritos and Pepsi Blue.
Oh.
So Corey.
Yeah, Corey will eat that.
Snack number 2 is Warheads and High C Ecto Cooler.
That's me.
Oh
no, Leon's gonna. I will fight you.
No, not Corey. Corey has the nasty stuff. That's Ren's. That was 90s Ren's. Yes.
So I guess Leon's got that one.
Leon's got the Warheads and the Ecto Cooler.
Leon is buying that as soon as I leave the courthouse to de-stress.
All right. So thank you everybody in chat while we are on break. If you're able to, feel free to check out our campaign for the Bail Project to help out with bailing protesters out of jail so they can get back to doing the good work. Again, we have some in-game rewards. You can give our players more snacks. There's still a Tamagotchi we have to hand out to the party sometime tonight. And I also would like to give a shout out and thank you to our VIP Circle patrons, Jack C, Nerdy T, Abigator, Donald G, Michelle E, Anino, and Andy T. Thank you both. Thank you all of you for being awesome VIP patrons and welcome to the party. Again, we're going to go on break for a few minutes and come on back. So check out the Bail Project. Check out our nice little Let's Go to the Lobby video. And again, we are doing the Roll20 sponsored giveaway at the end of the show for anybody who has donated. So we will see you in a few minutes. And we're back. We are back from break. We are, hello everybody. This is Waverly Summer 98, a bubble gumshoe campaign of me forgetting what my words are completely on camera. But anyway, of teen detectives, nostalgia, and the supernatural. And occasionally Leon melting down about people tapping his phone. Because that's
People tapped his phone.
We are, yeah, absolutely. We are running a campaign for donations for the Bail Project, a nonprofit organization designed to combat mass incarceration by disrupting the monetary bail system. Any donation tonight enters you into a giveaway sponsored by our friends at Roll20 to win some Roll20 compatible copies of either Tales from the Loop by Free League Publishing or Kids on Bikes by Renegade Game Systems. Both of them are super rad and kind of thematically adjacent to Waverly. So if you're able to, please check that out and donate. And we will pull winners at the end of our show tonight. So before the break, we had just done some research in the kind of dank basement of the courthouse on property records and the names that people had found on those gravestones, finding a little bit more information, made the correlation that kind of like one person per tree, and also that the creepy farmhouse on the barn at the outside of town is not really owned by anybody. The deed technically belongs to the town. And that's where we left off. So we will cut away from the basement. And what was Team Trees doing while all that was going on?
Team Trees was going to, yeah, go ahead. I'm just pulling something out.
We crossed the street to go check out the tree across the road.
Okay. At the theater? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Theater's open, still showing the X-Files. And Basil, you were able to see from your view at the courthouse tree that sort of like dry patch. It kind of got intersected by the road again because grass doesn't grow on the road. But that it just kind of extends out. It's very much not like the lines that you saw at the cemetery, but more like an extended space. Yeah.
All right. And like, does this tree look like it is exactly the same as the others in terms of this type of tree? So it's just a big old oak tree?
Big old oak tree. Yep. You notice as you're kind of poking around there that some of the it looks like somebody was here, like some of the grass that was like the super dry brittle dead grass seems to be like broken in areas that would correlate with footprints of a person.
Oh, that's weird. Well, is there normally a lot of traffic around here, or is it just it looks
not
like
really? It's kind of it's like in the back of the movie theater area. Like you'd have to
Okay.
sort of intentionally be going there, but you do remember that Arwind had that run-in with Principal Santiago, and she was headed toward the theater before she ditched Arwind.
Okay. Well, Arwind.
Which I think Arwind is still mad about.
All right. Hey, Corey. All right, you've got it.
Corey's gonna climb the tree.
All right, Corey, roll me athletics.
I have an 8 in athletics. I remember
And you
that
could
roll.
bend your points down too if you wanted to really be awesome with the tree.
I only got a 4. Whoops.
Well, again, like the way the bubblegum shoe works is you roll a d6. So really, generally speaking, anything 3 and above is you succeed. So, and again, this is it's a really old tree with a lot of branches, real easy to get up to the top of it.
Nice.
About the same like level as like the second floor of the theater.
Did it?
Can you see anything?
See anything?
If you look down, you do see like that it's the sort of amorphous blob of dead grass. Like it seems to like it still doesn't form a shape, but you can kind of get an idea of what the outlines of it are. These two trees are in it, but it's a good view of the town. See some houses. It's a really nice tree.
I don't really see anything. Although
That's
this
a
would be
shame.
a great tree to put a hammock up. Take a nap.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
A nappable tree. No.
Corey will climb down.
Okay.
There's a couple of footprints here as well. Wondering. Well, we'll tell the other folks, but it's kind of a little bit out of the way compared to where you go to in a theater.
Yeah, it's in the back of the theater, and like it is not on the path to like the dumpsters or thing. It's sort of in the kind of back of the property. You kind of have to intentionally be headed there to look at it.
Corey's gonna do that thing where he kind of like picks up his own foot and looks at like the footprint of his own shoe. Sure, they're not mine.
Are they? Can we just check? Are we like?
Yeah, you
feet
can check.
check,
They're a little bit.
basically?
I mean, it's footprints in dead grass. It's not as clear as if it were in mud or anything like that. But Corey, you can kind of like follow the footprints, and the stride is not right for you.
Alright, Corey's awkward. Yeah, I guess probably not me.
I mean, now it's a mess of footprints for both of you, but those were there before.
We tried. All right.
Alright.
Well, someone was here. Next tree. There's the one at the pool and the one at the library, which is the closest to us, I think.
Alright.
So we can go to the pool first, if you want, and then just...
I mean, I do kind of really want to go to the pool. That's a word for that. Alternative motive.
Oh, an alternative motive.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you know what?
All right, we'll go to the pool.
I mean, I took notes about the grass, but I mean, you're smart. Does that make any sense? Because it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I guess it kind of just means that someone else is here that wasn't us. So maybe it was principal, or I don't know. I guess we'll probably have to check out the other ones to see whether or not they've got footprints or like people looking at those trees as well, because judging by the reaction back over there, no one really climbs these trees, which is a shame, but
You did not see any kind of evidence of another person having walked around the tree at the courthouse.
certainly just here. I mean, yeah, you guys, is this in the back way? So Corey, Darcy, and Arwen, when they went into the back to go into the cinema,
They would not have walked through this.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's like in that general area.
Yeah, so it's like the
Yeah.
theater, and then there's the back door that they went in, and then there's like the kind of an asphalty area with like the dumpster and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then behind that is a bit of a grassy space with
Mhm.
the tree in it.
Yeah. It's fair ways away.
Alright, so thinking. Go to the pool, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Just gonna go swim. And I'm afraid that everyone else is gonna get mad and think go.
I mean, we're also climbing the trees. We're kind of halfway there.
Really already messing around. Mess around harder.
I'll spot you. I'll spot you. How about
Wanna
that?
swim?
I do. But why don't you have a swim? I'll have a look at the tree. And we'll meet back just in a little bit or something. If you really want to swim.
Oh, it's alright, I don't want to. Alright, well. I mean, so I guess the whole point was, like, if we weren't finding any secret notes or ghosts, treasure map, I don't know what it is we're really. Didn't find anything really. Dead grass. Everyone else, because they're right over there.
Yeah, that's true. Do we do that?
Maybe everyone will want to go to.
Maybe, yeah. Or we can tell them about our idea about having the party at the farm.
Tomorrow night. Friday.
Yeah.
We'll do it all the time. Kids do it all the time.
Oh,
we don't
for
have,
sure,
we don't
for
have to,
sure.
like, get a keggery. We can just
No.
be curious about it, but also party.
100%.
Right.
Let's go.
All right. So Corey climbs down from the tree, and Corey and Basil wander back over to the courthouse, and you meet up with the other three, just as they are coming back out
Hey!
of it. So,
So
Hey,
You've
you
You've
you
looked
look
it
a
up.
bit stressed out, Leon.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. Let him Capri Sun this out.
Yeah.
So wait, you've already looked at all 5 trees?
No, we only looked at 2 trees, because you were all really quick. Also, there wasn't really anything at the trees other than a bunch of dead grass. I drew on my arm kinda, like, what
Yeah.
shapes were, but it was footprints
They're
at
just
one,
like
but there weren't any notes or maps or ghosts.
wait,
There's footprints.
footprints.
Yeah, at the movie theater there was it was like sort of when you walk past grass and it sort of crumples a little bit, looks like someone's walked through there. That's what we saw.
But no burn
Um,
mark.
No, it
And
was like
this-
the dead grass kind of was just in the area of the tree.
Hmm.
Oh, town owns the barn.
Yes,
No, the
town.
town.
It's
Waverly,
private. It's
where we-
private town property.
Which also, the more I say private town property, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mhm.
I know. Yep. Well, we should see if the other 3 trees have scorch marks as well, or these patches of odd dried grass.
Yeah.
Well, we could do that. And I also had a really good
Ooh,
Yeah,
what
what,
idea
what
is
is
that?
it, bud?
one of the trees. Ooh. Hot.
It's bloody hot.
You want to go in the
Yeah.
pool?
Shall go to the pool.
I'm down.
I'll meet you at the pool. I want to take a look at the other 2 trees.
Probably
So if
best.
you 4 want to go to the pool, or if Basil and Corey, you want to check out the pool tree and then just go swimming, we can take the other 2 and meet you up at the pool, if that's what you would like. Or Arwen or
Corey
Leon,
kind
you
of
want to go?
deflates. No, it's okay. We can all go do all the other.
No, we don't all have to do that.
We already
Corey.
split up before, dude.
Yeah, Corey, Basil, go take a swim. Arwen, Leon, do either of you 2 want to go with? I mean,
To the pool?
Sounds kind of nice. Kind of stuffy in that stupid in that building over there. So kind of sweaty. Pool sounds nice right now.
all right,
Corey
Leon.
perks up.
I mean, I'm good. I had my juice, so I can go look at some trees.
Oh, come on, pool party. It is the best cover because we are being weird. Then they're gonna think we're being weird, that we know stuff. Regular kids go to the pool.
He has a point.
Oh, regular kids do go to the pool.
I'll meet you 4 there.
Well, yeah, I don't think we shouldn't. Darcy shouldn't go alone.
That's fair. No,
I
that's
could
true.
go with you.
No.
I've messed around a little bit already, so I could just spend a bit more time being a bit more.
Look, I just said I'll just check the other 2 out. I'll be back. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
there might be people that we're looking for this. The lady with the Honda Accord. We'll be on the lookout for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hot day. A lot of people are gonna be at the pool. She could be at the pool, or there might be someone there who's seen her recently. Yeah, I've logicked this to be okay.
Okay. I'll meet you 4 at the pool.
Logic. You sure you don't want someone to go with you?
I'm good.
Pool party!
Yes, go to the pool.
All right.
Get the sense Darcy does not want to go swimming.
Getting that vibe. All right. So the 4 of you head to the pool. And Darcy, I can just kind of give you what you would find at the tree, unless there's anything specific you wanted to do at said trees.
There's something else that I wanted to do after I looked at the
Okay.
trees. So if you want to give me the
Okay.
info of the trees,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Darcy, I'm not going to that pool.
Darcy's like, no, I
Not
mean,
happening.
mood, honestly, like, but, so at both trees, like you again see there's nothing. Actually, the one at the school has a bunch of like people's initials carved into it. Like it's just, teenage graffiti on it. But again, similar to the others, there's like no notes, no weird ritual symbols, anything. It's just a normal, very large oak tree. You do see those patches of dry grass. These 2, it's more like in a line, again, like it was with the cemetery. Kind of curving. Like if you look at the map, how like the cemetery, school, library, and pool kind of like curve a bit. Like it seems it kind of follows that a little bit.
So I know enough about the town geography. Would a decent hypothesis be that there's a line that connects all the, like it's almost like a loop, or is it more like like radiating like that?
So a decent hypothesis would be that like the line connects like those outer 4, and then the blob is in the middle too. So they're not really all 6 trees connected, but those 4, like there's a line somewhere that is connecting them for some reason, and then the other thing is just
Okay, but there is that dried stuff.
Yep.
At all of them. Okay.
Yep. And the school has a bunch of footprints around it, but that tree is in a really high traffic area at the school. The library, it's again kind of like in a nice park-ish corner of it. The only footprints there are yours.
Okay. I want to go to, even if it takes me back to the courthouse,
Sure.
or I don't know where it would be. Basically, the town's parked and rec. Those who would take care of the farmhouse and those who would take care of the trees.
Yeah. I mean, in reality, that would be some sort of city hall, but this is a really small town, so we'll say that like city hall and the courthouse like share the building, so same place. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to go into the Parks and Rec
Yeah.
place.
Yep. You got it. It's you walk into the Parks and Rec office, and it's not so much an office as like a sectioned off area of the maintenance office. You know, like the people that do all like the roads and snowplows and stuff. Like it's a really tiny little sectioned off place that is the Parks and Rec office. More of a large storage closet, if we're being honest. And you know, it's filled with like there's storage of, you know, like the edge trimmers and like other kinds of landscaping things that make really obnoxious noises, and just one older lady working the desk.
I'd be like, "Hi, my name's Darcy."
Hi Darcy, I'm Carol. What can we do for you today?
Well, Carol, I'm curious about how our town is like maintained, and I've noticed like we have those really big like oak trees. I'm curious if they're like protected, or like if you really try to make sure they're preserved.
You mean the really big trees? No, there's
Yeah.
not there. We'd like to keep them preserved. We don't really want people, you know, cutting them down because they're really old and they're really, you know, nice, provide some good shade. But to the best of my knowledge, no, those aren't, you know, they're not protected parks.
And then I'm also curious about I live out on way on Market Street, you know, kind of like where Brooklyn Road is, you know, you got
Yeah,
so
out that way. Yeah.
yeah. We got that interesting farmhouse. It seems as though you maintain it.
Yeah, it's part of the town. You know, it's town property. Like we maintain all of the, you know, sidewalks and the grasses around in all the public areas. I mean, that one's not public; it's technically privately owned, but it's still town property, so we maintain it.
Could you? I'm just curious about how that. Like, do you take care of the inside as well, or?
She kind of gives you like a little bit of a weird look, like, no, we just make sure that the building department makes sure that it's stable. You know, they check it every few years to make sure termites haven't gotten in or anything like that. But we don't, you know, no one's in there dusting.
And so no one lives there?
Mm-mm.
Can I use which one do you want me to use? Do you want me to use BS detector or grown up face to figure out?
It's a good question. I would say what are you trying to determine if she's BSing you, or are you trying to convince her to give you more info?
I would like to convince her to give me more information.
Okay, use grown up face for that.
Okay. This is really tricky, so I'll go ahead and I'll put 2 in there out of the 3.
Nice. 5. All right. So, how do you try and like, what do you say to try and get her to? Because she will give you more info. Just how do you do it?
Well, I'm concerned. You know, we live. You know, I live next to it, and I mean, we're working, we've worked really hard as a town to make sure that, we basically really have little crime and all that and stuff. But I saw lights on and I was just curious. Since I just learned that it's private property with the town, I mean, no one's, you know,
Hmm. Well, um, she kind of like, she doesn't quite do the comedic thing where she like changes the nameplate from like Parks and Rec clerk to building department clerk, but it's implied
yeah.
that Carol is sort of the general town clerk and deals with a lot of things. So she switches gears to more of like building and records. Um, uh, yeah, I mean nobody. We own it. Nobody actually lives there. Nobody should be in there, but I do know that sometimes. I guess sometimes somebody comes and stays there. It's all approved by the town. It's a bit above my pay grade, but I know whoever is there is. I got the memo. She's authorized to be there.
Oh, do you happen to know her name?
She flips through a bunch of papers and comes up with she hands you holds up the memo, and like it's coffee stained a bit pretty badly, like massive coffee spill. So you can't make out the first name, and she doesn't remember what it is. She's like, I can't remember the first name, but looks like last name is Nightfall.
Since she's holding up the memo, can I see who approved it?
You sure can. It was sent actually from the mayor's office.
And it's it's the mayor's signature and stuff, and like all the
official. It's all official. Like somebody Nightfall is authorized to be in this property. It's like the police department's copied on it. The building department, like everybody that would conceivably need to be informed about this is copied on it. All it says is somebody Nightfall is authorized to be in this property during this summer.
And I can see the dates.
Please mow the lawn as normal. But
and then I can see the dates as the summer.
Yeah. It was June 21st, so a couple of days ago. Until that's not the date I was looking for. Thank you, Google, for giving me billboard information. It's through whatever like the actual end of summer is. So I think it's like September 21st usually. So it's literally the whole season.
Well, thank you so much, Carol, for all your help.
You're welcome. Anything else I can help you with, Darcy?
Not right now, but if I have any more questions,
Well, I'm here in this office if you need me.
Okay. Hey, do you want anything from the vending machine real quick, or are you good?
She kind of looks at you really longingly and then goes, no, I'm good. Thank you, though.
All right. My grandmother had I don't know if you know Lily. I don't know if you've ever met my grandmother or anything. She used to have
Yeah. Oh, you're Lily's granddaughter. Yeah, we went to school together.
I know.
So we graduated together. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
How's she doing? I mean, it's a small town. I probably talked to her yesterday, but memory and all that.
You know how she is. The reason why I was able to pass math class is because she wants me to know business math and where all the money goes. Yep. And
she was always good at that.
Yes, always very good at that. So that's and it doesn't ease up, even though it's summer. Doesn't ease up at all.
Yeah, I don't remember her easing up in summer either when we were in school. So that seems appropriate for her. Tell her I said hi, and
Will do. I know she's entering pies in the fair. So
excellent. Her pies are so good.
I know. No. Yeah. So, all right. I'll see you around.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
And then we will pan over to the 4 at the pool.
We before we pool, it looks like we just got a big donation.
Oh shit! Hey, thank you for Vraska. Thank you so much. $100. Thank you. We so appreciate that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Little heart
Wow.
hands.
Damn.
Yeah, we appreciate that so much. Thank you.
I just saw it like on the Twitch page when I looked at it. I was like, oh, whoa, we don't know that because we're in the Zoom call.
Right. I got your note in the donation comments. Will do. Which I'm sure doesn't terrify my players.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it? I didn't miss
Yeah,
that.
what?
Oh no,
Apparently
there's
there's a note.
there's a note that they put into the donation comment box that I can see behind the scenes, and it's like received and
Uh-oh.
will do, and I'm
Uh-oh.
telling y'all what
Uh-oh.
that is.
Oh,
Oh.
everybody got their floaties for this pool party.
And then Darcy goes to the truck and she pulls out the Tamagotchi thing and then she plays with it a little bit. And then she's like, do I go to the pool? Do I not go to the pool? Do I wait to go to the pool and be like, oh. And then you pan over to the pool.
Yeah.
Wait
So-
till Darcy hears what Corey has planned.
Oh boy.
Corey was gonna single-handedly turn this like very well-meaning, very straightforward detective thing into mayhem.
Well, we are focused on the pool right now. So, what are you planning? What would you like to do?
Well, Corey.
Did we go change? Like, did we actually get into
Yeah,
our...
we'll say that y'all,
Okay.
you guys,
Okay.
y'all like ran home and got your stuff and all that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say like you
All
were
right.
carrying your swimsuits around with you.
No, I was just wondering if we like went straight to the pool and we're all in our like jeans and shirt.
Oh,
No, I would
Cliff.
say that like, if this was a plan that you were gonna go to the pool, you would have gone home. And
Okay.
Although my question is that Darcy's the one with the vehicle, right? Do any of the rest
Yeah.
of us have a vehicle?
you have bikes.
We have
Oh,
bikes.
right.
Leon has
Yeah.
a car.
Yeah, I've got a bike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
this would
got
be
like a really manky one.
yeah. your mountain bike had some problems.
Yes. Then
Yeah,
Corey.
and then Darcy probably would have like dropped you off if she needed to, and then you probably could have taken your bikes and stuff. So if that's the way it played out, that's cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Corey's gonna forget that they need to look at a tree first and just go cannonball into that pool.
Arwind is gonna
Excellent.
follow right after.
You know what? Just for kicks, both of you roll me a performance. I want to see how.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
I have no
Come
no,
on,
no
don't
rating
freeze up
in
on-
that at all.
Let's go.
I mean, you could,
Ah,
which means
damn
you could
it.
roll it. You just can't add anything to it.
My roll 20.
Nice. Okay.
Freaking out
4
on me.
for
so one second.
Corey.
I'm gonna use a separate thing because roll 20 is freaking out on
Yeah,
me.
that's fine.
So, dice. Oh, so I need to get to it, and then a d6, right?
Yep, just a D6. Then, if you wanted to add any of your pool to it, what'd you get?
No, I got a 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Corey, feel free to describe your cannonball, and then Arwind will just do better.
I'll just take a
Uh-oh. Yeah.
screenshot of this.
No, I trust you. You're good.
Okay.
But Corey, so you run in full cannonball. It's good. Arwin's has a slightly bigger splash radius than yours does.
Nice.
Fine, I don't notice because I'm underwater.
It's true. You both come up and you just hear this from like
Uh-oh.
as people lying on the side of the pool.
Fine. Corey does that thing where like he stands up and he like shakes his 90s center part boy hair.
Beautiful.
Arvin's is just like a mop on his head, just like covering his eyes.
And Susan Green, who is sitting there with her two best friends, who are not any nicer than she is, and just kind of does the like, pulls her sunglasses down, and pushes them back up, and just like, okay.
Oh.
Hey, sorry, we didn't mean to splash you. Are you?
It's fine. You see, like there's a little bit. You didn't soak them. There was just enough of a splash. You are also not the only people at the pool. Like it's a hot day, so there's a lot of people here. But Susan, they're on in the chairs, like lying out, getting tanned, and just
Corey's just gonna like mess with his hair. Yeah, so like how we're been
fine. Been a lot at the pool.
Leon's gonna walk over drinking his Hi-C ectoplasm.
Susan has no beef with you. Other than you're hanging out with her ex-boyfriend. And so it's like it is like the epitome of high school popular girl, like all three of them sort of like look at all of you in unison.
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And like there is a distinct air of judge, like despite that a lot of other people are having a lot of fun in the pool, they are tanning, and so there's a little bit of judgment happening that you all are choosing to just cannonball. Like that's just not cool. Like we're gonna be 16 or we're gonna be juniors, sort of. Attitude.
Hey Suze, have you seen Sean here today?
Yeah, I think he's on break right now, Leon.
Cool.
But he's guarding today.
Cool. I like your glasses. See ya. He's gonna go look for Sean.
They're like the heart-shaped sunglasses.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do they have like those plastic inflatables as well? Those like chairs and stuff?
Are they like
they're on the side of the pool. They're not in the pool. They're like at the edge of it, but you do see one of those like inflatable like chair things like just behind theirs, like kind of stash.
Oh, like seen any good movies yet this summer? Leon showed me the X-Files movie. It's not real though. X-Files aren't real.
No, they are not real, Corey. It's all fake. No, I haven't seen that. We're planning to go to the bigger theater this weekend and see something that's not being shown here.
Ooh. How fancy of you guys.
Which I will look up super quick because I don't know what other movies are.
Mulan's out.
Well,
what like popular girl like bitchy movie?
I'm on it. Like, this is who I am as a real person.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Like the popular teen movie. Like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think at this point also like Arwind is trying to figure out the best way to kind of like just slowly push Corey away, like trying to distract him away from her because I missed the opportunity, but like I can imagine Arwind just like looking at her going, Susan, and just not really talking.
Arwind.
Oh my god, Godzilla came out.
Arwind has been
artificially brown.
What?
Huh?
I said you look artificially browner.
Oh my god!
That's when Basil looks at him and is like, ooh. Icy take.
Whoa. And now Susan's got beef.
Oh, that was so good.
Corey, despite himself, does snicker at that a little bit.
Yes.
Oh my god! I can't. That's amazing. She doesn't really respond to that. She just like looks like just sort of like again looks over her glasses at you. Arwen, like
Susan.
you know, mhm.
And then just walks away. Arwen just kind of swims off.
Oh
Hey!
my god!
And then he goes, Corey, come over here. Water fight now.
Come on, mate, let's go.
Yeah, well, I hope you have fun at the movies this weekend.
Thank you.
Oh, no, yeah, I gotta go.
Okay. Yeah.
Catch you around, Suze.
Yeah, I'm glad that stuck. Yeah.
There's a distinct like twitch when you say Suze instead of her full name.
Yeah. She's welcome.
Oh, this is what I wanted. Oh, that angst.
Corey goes after Arwen, but there is like one sidelong glance, and then goes after Arwen.
Susan and her friends are like just there's clearly like some discussion happening there now. Like you can't hear it, but there's just like the kind of
Artificially.
So in terms of
sorry,
movies,
I'm like gonna lose it.
in terms of movies they might be going to see, there's not a lot of like movies that would draw them in that came out that summer. The one thing I can think of is Godzilla 1998 because it stars Matthew Broderick, and I remember him being like a hard.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they definitely marketed that like with that song.
Yeah.
With the, what was that? The We Could Be Heroes cover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually love that movie.
Well, I can't believe he'll have some to talk to Susan about because he's definitely not already gone to see that movie because it came out in May of '98.
Yeah.
But maybe they're like
probably not
kids.
their first time to go see it. They're just again, it's eye candy.
I imagine they've seen Leon in the theater and they just like pretend they don't see him.
Well,
he's like, "Oh, you're here."
Movie theater in the mall, and so like they go for shopping. It's like, oh well, conveniently, let's go see a movie with a hot guy in it. Yeah, and like,
wow, yeah,
definitely see Leon in the theater.
He's probably like, "I'll see you at Godzilla this weekend." Anyway, yeah, Leon's going to look for Sean.
Okay. You wander around for a bit. I mean, you know the pool, and it's just they know you as Sean's friend. They got people working the kind of prevent like sort of the like you're not allowed back here because it's an employees only are also high school kids from Waverly who know you and Sean are friends. They just kind of wave you back. And Sean's just chilling in like the equivalent of the break room.
Oh, dude, I've been looking for you all summer.
Hey,
I understand
man.
summer hasn't been that long, but
no, yeah, I was in the city for a week for the like lifeguard training,
yeah.
But
okay.
I passed.
Rad,
here,
cool.
And yeah, it's super cool. It's also really boring.
I mean, yeah, dude, what did you think you'd be doing?
Which I guess is good, but
yeah, okay.
What's up?
I really want to go boarding.
Yeah.
Did you so I was thinking tonight we could go skitching out on the edge of town.
GM Sarah has no idea what that is.
Sketch it. It's holding onto the back of a bumper while you skateboard.
Sounds super safe. Sean is
in. Also, you were gone last. You've been in town this week. A few nights ago, did you hear a noise?
You mean that like really loud bang? Yeah, it woke me up.
Oh, okay. Weird. Did you look outside? Was it like a firework?
I mean, maybe the seniors are doing their weird, stuff this week.
Yeah,
Could have been a firework.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh dude, yeah, it didn't wake me up, but Arwen and Corey were telling me about that. I woke them up too, and there was like this light. So I was like, maybe a firework. Who knows? Um. Also, you seen that weird lady that's here this summer again?
Oh, the hot lady?
I,
The new
she's
one?
okay.
Oh, dude.
Has she been here?
No, she hasn't been here, but like I saw her in the grocery store. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
picking up snacks, and she was, I guess, a lot of healthy food in her cart. I guess she hadn't stocked up in a while or
Weird.
something. But I mean,
Oh, you
yeah.
want ectoplasm? And I'll pull an ectoplasm
Yeah.
out of my little
So
like
much better.
pool
And,
bag.
like, kicks his like bottled water that like away and goes for it.
Rad man. Yeah. If you see her come around the pool, I mean, I guess call me on my. Oh, the line got compromised. Call me on my parents' line.
Again?
Yeah, it keeps
This is the
happening.
third time this month. What's going on?
I don't know, dude. They're on. I think I'm on to something for real this time.
I think you're onto something. Yeah. Man, I should probably get my parents to change ours too.
It just to be safe, because I've called you and you've called
Yeah,
me.
I mean, you call a lot. We do talk a lot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that lady comes by though. I mean, I don't know. I think she seemed okay, but you think she's hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know if you see her or her car. I was that's what got me thinking about sketching, because I saw her car and that's like just had a good bumper to hold on to. So
Yeah, gotta have a good bumper for that.
gotta have a good bumper. All right, dude. I'll catch you later. Again, let's just let me
All right.
know. Have a good day.
We'll do. Have fun at the pool. Having fun in the pool while I watch you have fun in the pool.
Are you not allowed in the pool while you're on break? Is that like a rule?
Technically I'm still on duty. Like it's a break. Like I'm back out in 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will it help if I don't get in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like, don't drown when you're in the pool. Like, that would be a bummer.
I don't plan on that.
Thanks. I mean, I passed on my rescue breathing and everything, but like, just don't.
I mean, you're
please.
regular Aquaman, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, see you out there, King Triton.
See ya.
I'll go back out.
Okay.
So Basil and Co, how's it going out here? Did we check out? Did someone go look at the tree? Weren't we supposed to look at the tree? Did we do that?
I could say like
not.
during the exchange with Susan, it's like during the exchange with Susan why Basil came in late is probably why Basil's probably checked out the tree because they felt bad about completely ditching Darcy to do everything.
Well, check the tree. Don't check the tree.
It's again a similar thing to the rest of the trees. There's again kind of like the cemetery, and you don't know the high school situation yet because Darcy's there, but it's got a couple of like just kids being dumb engraving stuff. There's like a I love 420 in the back of it carved in. Just stuff like that, but it's not again no symbols, but you do again see that sort of like dried grass kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a blob in this one, it's more of a line, and it does again Darcy had made that connection that it does sort of connect with that.
Yeah well yeah I'll tell the group I checked it out a bit before you guys had your little run in. It's a straight line, not really the blobs that we kind of saw at the courthouse and the theater, so a little different. Sure Darcy will just help us figure out what's going on.
And again, it's in a slightly high traffic area, so it's really hard to. I mean, there's footprints galore around it, so it's hard to tell if there was anybody specific looking at it.
Yeah.
So I have a bad idea.
I love bad ideas. What's your bad idea?
Guys, do we just go to this barn?
I was thinking,
Yes!
well, yes. looks over at Corey and is just like,
Corey has forgotten about Susan. Yes, I
I
have the best plan.
Let's hear it.
Sleeping bags, Doritos, barn.
Are you saying we have a sleepover at this barn?
Yes.
No, no.
All right, we're gonna.
No.
I imagine
gonna-
Arwen is actually doing that and just like like his
It's just like his hair is just
yeah.
water. No,
Yeah.
no.
We're gonna run that back. So
Yeah.
you think-
Look, no, the ghosts are nice, and if they're not, there's 5 of us.
Oh, I just want to make sure I follow.
This.
The plan is we have a sleepover at this barn, and there's a mean ghost. We'll fight it.
I mean,
no, we have salt and these things, don't we? Just like,
yeah.
we're good, aren't we?
I mean, we could always try and exercise it, I guess.
I don't.
Like, send the ghost away so it doesn't hurt anyone if it's mean. Yes. I don't know if we're gonna convince Darcy of this sleepover plan, but I'm in.
If you guys think we're ready, I mean, sure, but
Oh,
it'll
we
have to be on a
absolutely-
night that I'm not. I was just saying, it has to be on a night I'm not going to be on the front desk, or I'll need some time to work it out. Otherwise,
So what's your schedule this weekend?
weekend?
When you're free.
I think definitely Sunday night and maybe Friday. If I can get one of my parents to cover for me that night, if they're good with it, I should be okay. But yeah, that's my only hang up, I guess. And wait, no, my major hang up is sleeping in a potential haunted house.
Well, Darcy's
Well,
totally gonna be for it because Darcy's not afraid of anything. So, yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm not.
You don't have to be afraid of anything, buddy. And Corey's gonna put his arm around your shoulder.
I'm glad you're taking this all really well.
I mean, what's like the worst that could happen?
We
Yeah.
die.
Okay, but like besides that,
We're not gonna die.
We are dealing with something that can bring back dead people.
that doesn't bring them back. It just kicks them out of their house.
Look. I think a lot of confusing things all the time, but right now I think that I don't know. There's like concepts and things, right? Like of stuff that I don't quite understand, but like we found all this stuff out, so it's destiny, right? So it's the 5 of us,
Everything's
and
pointing
so
to the house.
but we can't die, cause that's just not how the world works. When something's your destiny, right?
Wow,
Arwen
Corey,
is
that was
just gonna-
actually very beautiful.
Aaron is just gonna go up and just kind of give Corey a big hug and be like, I love you, buddy.
I guess I didn't think of it that deep, but I mean, we stumbled on this for some reason, and there's always 5 people, and there's 5 of us, and we've made it further than other people have. So
Yes, yeah.
I guess there is the problem of like supposedly there's more ghosts that need to be put back. But
I mean, we haven't heard anything in the last couple of days, have we?
no. Or what time did that first boom happen? Should one of us just stay up and make sure?
What time did it happen? Actually, was it like around midnight?
It's like between 10:30 and 11:30. So it
Okay.
wasn't quite midnight. It was before that.
It was Sunday night, as I recall, because I had school the
Yeah.
next day.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
night.
Okay.
So yeah, it was
Wait.
like around 11 p.m. Sunday
Yeah.
night. I was just like maybe an hour into my night shift.
So barn sleepover Sunday night, stay up until about 11 and see what happens.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Maybe we should just go back, Leon, to your mom and maybe ask for some extra protection.
Oh, I'm
just
not
in
telling
case.
my mom.
That is okay. That is not helping. Okay.
Isn't there stuff that they like do in movies, like put circles of sand or something around you?
Yeah,
Or is it salt?
salt. Yeah, we'll use
I think
salt.
it's salt.
If it's ghost, it's salt. If it's fae, it's iron. If it's some kind of extra dimensional monster, there's really not a movie I can reference. So
Yeah. And then
There was that
like
movie with like
oh,
those
sorry.
4 like really really hot witch girls.
yeah,
The Craft.
Y-
We could watch that for research.
we could. I
They
don't.
probably
None of
know all
us.
about ghosts.
None of us here are witches, so that won't help too much.
No, but aren't your parents?
No, they're enthusiasts. Well, my mom might be. It's not very clear.
And I thought. Craft shop.
No, wait, that makes a lot of sense. No, that makes way more sense. No, that makes a lot of that makes
Light bulb.
yeah.
Is this like an epiphany?
It's like a little light bulb.
So wait, I kind of look at like what time it is and I'm like, okay, I don't think Darcy's coming. We should probably just meet her up at Nina's.
I'm starved.
Yeah, Darcy's
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably not coming at this point.
Alright, yeah, we can go.
Let's go convince Darcy of this not great, but probably best plan we got.
I think we ended up at this point because we had no other option or no other idea what to do next.
Everything pointed to the barn, so it was like, might as well go there.
See what happens. If nothing else, that lady will be there, and I don't know, she'll turn into a fae and trick us into an everlasting deal.
Totally fine.
I got.
As they're walking back to their respective places and they go to part, Corey's gonna turn to Arwen. Hey man, that was really nice what you said.
What did I say?
I love you, man.
Oh. Oh.
No one
Yes,
but my
man.
parents have ever said that. So.
What? What are you talking about?
What?
Your parent? We need to unpack this later. But first and foremost, I want to ask you,
Well,
you
Susan
okay?
wouldn't say it because she said that meant things.
Dude, just
I know it's different.
no, I know. It's not that. It's just dude, she doesn't deserve you, man. We've been over this. Don't go back to her. Don't get hung up on her. Yeah? Are you okay? I know that was kind of unexpected. We kind of wasn't expecting her to be at the pool, especially with her friends. You know, she's not much for the public spaces or the kind of commoner places.
I kind of knew
She
she'd
does.
be there on Thursday.
Live kind of across the street from the pool.
Oh. Well, either
But
way.
otherwise, yeah.
She's usually at the
Well.
club, right?
Anyway,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. And if you need to talk or anything, you know, I'm still here.
I have your number. Didn't wash off with my hand. So I
You
have your
just
number at home.
okay. As well, you sure? Are you sure?
Stop.
Oh yeah.
Look at the
Okay.
Yellow pages.
What an easy number to remember. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't even think of that.
Your parents hand out magnets at the fair every year. Of course, they have your number.
Corey
Everybody
doesn't have
has
to
our
remember
number.
the number. The Yellow pages are just next to the phone, and that page is just like got like a post-it stuck in it.
I love it. I didn't even think of that. That makes sense.
Beautiful.
All right.
All right. Well, you take care, and then I guess you can call me or I'll call you when you next want to hang out. Yeah.
Well, this
How
weekend,
is-
ghost party.
True, but if you and then wait.
You're not getting out of
Finish.
it. And Corey's gonna just like point, and then
Those are like,
All
man,
right.
like, no one call my house and call it ghost party.
Yeah, he was gonna basically try to say something to Corey, but then he was gonna. So I'll just tell him on the phone that probably just pretend that I'm gonna go over to his place to study or something. I'm like, just do like a pretend it was a tutoring session. I'm not sure my parents would be happy about me running off and trying to break into abandoned
Oh
barns.
God. Are we gonna have an old fashioned I'm telling my parents I'm here and you tell your parents?
We should probably get our
You
story
haven't-
straight.
You haven't talked to Darcy yet, so
Yeah.
There's-
So, well,
yeah.
we're going to Nina's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are headed to Nina's. As you walk out of the pool, you overhear Sean and another lifeguard just like, "What the hell? This is not where I put all this shit back after my, shift last night." And just kind of like muttering and like just generally confused about something as you head out of the pool to head to Nina's. And that is where we will wrap tonight because we are at time, which is an awesome session, y'all. Thank you. We're gonna do before we kind of do outros. We had thank you to everybody who donated. That was we had some awesome donations tonight. Thank you so much. We have 10 people, so I'm just gonna roll D10 3 times in roll 20, and whatever number corresponds with your name will win. Again, up for grabs as 2 roll 20 compatible copies of Tales from the Loop by Free League Publishing, and 1 Kids on Bikes bundle, which is the source book plus an adventure, the House on Poplar Court. So, sponsored lovely by our friends at Roll20. Thank you all for that.
Thanks, Roll20.
Thank you.
Oh, that is not how I put rolls into Roll20. Whoops. All right. First winner, number 1. That is a post-it. Dean Dumbass. Thank you for your donation last night. I think that was during the Descent into Avernus game. Thank you for that. Go ahead and DM me or welcome to the party on Twitter, and we will get you your redemption code for Tales from the Loop.
Nice.
Next up is 10, who is Austin, our last donor who came in.
Oh, me.
Buddy. Yeah, you. Last donor that came in. You're the 10.
I can't. I'm on the show.
All right.
Yeah.
We will
Get
reroll
that out of here.
All right. Next up, we have winning number 5 is Everhearth. So thank you for your donation. You will also get Tales from the Loop. So thank you for that. And again, DM me, Arclight Phoenix, or welcome to the party on Twitter, or Discord if you're able to do that, and we will get you your redemption code. And then finally, for Kids on Bikes, we have, I believe it pronounces Veraska, the $100 donation that came in. So that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey.
So again, thank you for your donations, all 3 of you, and thank you to everybody who donated. That's fantastic. And again, DM myself or welcome to the party on Twitter. We will also announce winners on Twitter so that everybody has that. And just DM us to claim your copies. Thank you so much. Thank you to Roll20 for donating those for us. That's very much appreciated. So with that, I would like to kind of do outros and say who you are, who you were playing, where people can find you on the internet, and etc. Anything you want to plug, do that. And we will go backward from intros and start with Corey.
Oh! Sorry, because I'm the producer, I get the alerts in my headphones, and that one was particularly loud. Thanks for those 100 bits! Anonymous cheer.
Thanks,
Right.
anonymous cheer.
Yeah, so I'm Ren. I play Corey. Corey kills my throat, so we just throat lozenge time for the rest of the night.
Oh.
I am Atomic Firebird on Twitter. I just put all of our links into the chat box. I can also be found at twitch.com/make_believe_, where I sometimes stream video games, but generally stream an interview show for TTRPG folks and LARP nerds. And on Fridays, we have a one-shot show for newbies and that sort of thing. I am also in a Star Wars podcast called Heroes of the Hydeen Way. And yeah, that's me. It hurts.
And to Darcy.
Hi, I'm Michelle Ealing. Find me on Twitter at Michelle Ely or in our Discord. Get up play Darcy. Other things, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on this channel is Rifts. I play Jovra. And then on Fridays, we just had our first game. It's Descent into Avertus, D&D campaign, where I play Lorana, and that's on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. And then Arwind.
Hi, I'm KP, and I play Arwind. I go by KP11 Photos on both Twitter and Instagram, and I'm primarily a cosplay / portrait photographer. I also occasionally play TTRPG. This is my first live stream, but stay tuned. There's others in the work, so I'm excited for those. I think one actually was just announced while we were playing. It's a I'm blanking on they're playing the using the masks system, so
yeah.
we'll be playing superheroes. So I'm still
Nice.
learning it. It's my first time, so I'm still trying to figure it out. But that's coming soon. And outside of that, yeah, you could just find me on Twitter mostly. That's where I normally, I reside and live on. So if you guys want to say hi, that's where you find me.
Awesome. And to Basil.
Hey guys, Wasa Wasagi91 on Twitter. I play Basil. Off this screen, I do some freelance writing. So if you guys ever are interested in Sina Una, which is from Hit Point Press / go buy the book if you want it. It's really cool. It's Filipino mythos, or we're working on currently Omen's Rising with another team. So that's another cool thing that I'm in terms of projects, and that's about it.
All right. And then to Leon.
Hey everyone, I was playing Leon. My real name is Austin. You can find me on Twitter at KnightAU26. I have a podcast that we post up every Monday, Secret Histories of Nerd Mysteries. You can find us on Spotify and Anchor. You can find that on Twitter at Nerd Mysteries. Also, just connect with Black folks in the area to see how you can help with the uprising and the movement. That's all I got.
And I am Sarah. I played everybody else. And you can find me on Twitter at ArclightPhoenix. Phoenix does not have any vowels. So vowels and you'll get a whole other human. You can find me here, obviously. Also, I am Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on channel Other Doc. I play the hacker Valkyrie in the cyberpunk campaign of The Sprawl. And you'll also be able to find me this upcoming Monday, 9 p.m. on Welcome to the Party. I am GMing this week's side quests. We are playing Queer Heist Crew, which is basically Be Gay, Do Crimes, the game.
Nice.
So if you want to join in for that, some serious shenanigans, please do. We're it for Welcome to the Party tonight. The next show on this channel, I believe, is tomorrow, 8 p.m. Arrowin, the new Minara game. So tune in for that. But thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everyone who followed, subscribed, all of our donors. You are all amazing people. Thank you so much. We are going to go ahead and raid Cypher of Tyr. And so stick around, give them a big welcome in the chat, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Guys, bye.
you.
Thank you.
Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Thanks for everybody coming on and supporting that.
Alright, hit the button. We
We did it.